What some may see as an ugly mess of lines could be so much more if we open our minds. Join me on my journey if you have a big heart. Come on, let's go. It's the art of the chart.
Hey there, how's it going? You're watching Art of the Chart. I'm Zachy Hennessy. This is the segment where we find the beauty in technical analysis. You know, not everybody is good at technically analyzing, so maybe we'll aesthetically analyze for a change. Join me, won't you? What we have here today is the last 7 days of Ethereum from November 6th all the way until November 19th. As you can see, it kind of started all up and then it kind of went, and that's no good for people who really like Ethereum. Which I guess is all 4 of the people watching, if you clicked on the video. So, you know, that's kind of a bad situation. We did have this little valley here, and that went up. I don't know what any of this means long term. You understand? I'm just showing you what I see here on the chart. Anyways, today what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into a beautiful landscape, as we've been doing here in season 2 of Art of the Chart. And the first thing that you always want to do is start with a trace. But today, we're making an exception. We're not doing that. We're just going to kind of freehand jam it in and see where we can kind of get from there. So, you know, let's just start. We got a big-ass crayon selected as our brush here, and we're just going to just go for it, you know. Just kind of, you know, no wrong answers. So we're just kind of filling in as we see fit. I mean, according to the chart here, you know, but still, you know, not going too crazy, and seeing where we come up with it. So that's kind of like our initial kind of starting situation, like that. And we're gonna fill in like a Sioux, like a Sioux, like a Sioux. And already, all of a sudden, you know, you got a pretty nice situation going on here. A nice mountain range. We're gonna taper that off there. And that looks like it just kind of continues on forever. So that's a kind of our start. And you may think, oh, it looks a little loose around the edges. Well, shut up. I don't have an answer for that. This is kind of going to be our starting off point, okay? And we're doing a quickie today, all right? I don't want, you know, I see these comments, I don't, that say, hey, you know, Art of the Chart 15 minutes long. How am I supposed to, you know, eat my cereal in dragging out the cereal eating process for over 15 minutes. You know, I'm just trying to watch a thing get drawn and then move on with my day. You know what? I hear you. I hear your concerns, legitimate concerns. So we're gonna do our best to kind of expedite the process just for you and just for your cereal. So here's that. I'm just trying to, what you want to do is, let me explain kind of technically what I'm doing. I filled in all this shit with white. And now what I'm doing, I got a little bit of this gray, which is dark white. I feel like we ought to start referring to gray as that, by the way. Dark white. And so we're putting that there to kind of give it a little bit of shading. If you'll notice, the sun is situated somewhere in this region. Maybe even behind us, kind of blowing down on this mountain here, and that's kind of what you're seeing there. So anyways, I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe it's nighttime. You know, you're up in the Himalayas. That's the kind of thing they got up there, is snowy mountains and whatnot. Maybe you're at a little resort, you know, and you know, what should you see? None other than them their lights that you hear so much about that are up there in the north. I forget what they're called. You could, you know, oh shit, that looks awful. Take that. You know, maybe you just slam in one of those. Maybe you take that and you just slam in one of those. And this is kind of like where the fun begins, because you can just really kind of go nuts. The higher you get, probably, the bluer you want to go, on account of that's the way that light diffracts in the atmosphere. It gets more blue as it goes up and more red as it goes down. That's why the sunset is red. So there's a little fun fact that you learned from Art of the Chart, but you wouldn't have thought of that otherwise. And we want a little bit of black here to kind of keep us grounded. Okay, don't go crazy. Don't go too nuts here. In fact, we can even turn down our opacity on some black, and then we can kind of tone all this down just a little. Yeah. Okay. And then that's kind of given like a nice establishment. I'm liking that. That's looking good. Now, a little more detail. We're going to remove this, by the way, at the end, but I'm not doing it yet. Just kidding. Haha, did it. A little bit of detail you can add. You know, maybe it's a nighttime and it's cold up here, right? So maybe it's snowing. So maybe we're going to add another layer. Slap that on there, and I got this perfect brush for just the occasion. We want a light snow, yeah. So we're gonna make it fucking real big. And these are the ones. No, that looks awful. I don't want this brush. Give me this brush. Yes, that's the one we want. See that? Boom, boom, boom. And that's kind of like foreground snow, right? Now something else we can do is we can go a little crazy. I love to go crazy on this show, and we take a little bit of this other snow. Shit, that's like really dense, huh? Take this other snow and we can like make it a little less opaque, and then we can kind of fill that in the back, you see? Ooh, mystery. Ooh, nuance. Whoa, very cool. Are there clouds? Does it cloud when it's snowy? I don't know. I'm from Georgia, so we're just gonna pretend that there aren't clouds with snow, and that's going to be fine. But so anyway, so this is our start, okay? And I even jumped the gun a little bit, okay? We're going to remove the snow for now. Oh shit, that's the wrong layer. Remove the snow for now. What I want to do that I think is going to be kind of like the main focus of this epi is what we're going to do is slap on a little bit of a Bob Ross classic, and that's going to be one of them there cabins you hear so much about. You know what I mean? That's not what I want. I want, this will do. We're going to do that. We're going to zoom in. Enhance. Okay. And from here, what we can do is we can start to select just like maybe a nice brune color. Yeah. And what I want is a shape for this brush. I don't know if I can find it. No, I probably can't. I lost it. Oh, here we go. Duh, he just hit you with that. Yeah. Okay, so what we want to do here is we're going to take this, make it a little bit like this, a little bit like that. And now we got this nice long brush that we can start to just kind of, just like that, just start to wedge it right in. And just like that, all of a sudden, you got a little cabin. That's enormous, by the way. Extremely huge, if you're thinking about the scale. This is even still very large, but maybe it's like a manor or something. And that's going to be kind of like a ski lodge up at the top of this place. And that's going to be kind of cool. I always wanted to have a ski lodge. I always wanted to go skiing. Never been. But I imagine it's very nice. So that's kind of what we're pretending while we're painting here. Gonna give it a little bit of texture. Nothing crazy, man. You know, you could always go as far as you want. But you know, when I imagine a log cabin like this, I always imagine it with a green roof. I think that's because when I was a kid, I used to play with Lincoln logs, and they used to have like green roof pieces. So I think we're gonna kind of go with that today. I'm going to just kind of pull it down over the side. This would come down like so. And look at that. You know, now you got a nice little Lincoln loggy kind of cabin. And what you can do, one more thing, is to give it like a nice homey glow. You take a little bit of this and wait. Let's make it a little bit bigger. I'm all over the place. Jesus, I'm a wreck. Okay. A little bit of a windy. Let's see if I can make it a little bit less ugly. Yeah, isn't that nice? That's super nice. You just got to make sure the perspective is right on it. You want it to be that way, I think. And then this one come down. You know, something like that. And then maybe you have some windows on the side, because who would want a ski lodge if it didn't have these big ass windows coming down the side of it, right? So we're gonna, yeah. Forget this window. That sucks. These are where I'm talking about. You know, something like that. And you know, maybe it's got these big open wide windows, and that's kind of cool. And we'll give it kind of like a cool door situation, which is going to be a kind of a big, like a dark mahogany door. Yeah, and it's going to be like a double door. I just decided. But they keep it closed because they want to keep all the heat in. And that's nice. And then the final schmeetail on this thing. Make it real small. Boop. Boop. Little door handles. Isn't that nice? That's real nice. One last thing here. I want to make sure that I get a little bit of texturing in my roof, because otherwise it's just going to look kind of bland. What's a good way to do this? Probably something like that. I'll just give it a few cursory clicks here. Cursory clicks. Get it? Because like a computer mouse is called your cursor, and you're clicking in a cursory fashion. That's hilarious. That's true comedy. Anyways, yeah, that looks great. Let's see how it looks in the picture and prepare for it to look like garbage. Not bad at all. You know what? Not bad at all. In fact, if we wanted to be even cooler, what we might do is make a little layer underneath this cabin layer. Right? This is the cabin. So what we could do is we could take this shadow color, and then we could take our brush, and then we could go kind of like big, and then we could make it a little less opaque. And then we could go, yeah. And look at that. Look at that. That's incredible, eh? That's amazing. I didn't even know I had it in me. Maybe. And that implies that the source of light is somewhere over there. Maybe they're getting lit from the Aurora Borealis. Who knows? You know, life's a mystery. Fits green. Okay, so then there you go. There's your nice little cabin. Down here you got like a little Swiss skiing town, you know, a little resort in the Colorado mountains. I don't know where this is. And, you know, now you add in a little bit of a background snow first, you know, establish that it's snowy. You add in a little bit of foreground snow. Psh, forget about it, you know, take me there. Where am I and where is this, you know? So that's quite nice. I don't like how this looks, though. I'm gonna change one final thing. I'm gonna redo this layer. I don't like it. I'm gonna do one more foreground layer and get it real nice. I just want to make sure you get it exactly how you want it, because otherwise you're going to be unhappy with it. And at a certain point, we'll hit it with the fuck it adjustment. We don't want that much in the foreground. This seems kind of nice. Yeah. That looks good enough. So, we're going to hit this with a Siggy, a little signature, a little Johnny Hancock. And, you know, man, we're just slapping them out here, huh? This one was, it was a treat to draw. It's a little obnoxious to make it that color. C-A-C-H-Y, don't wear it out. That looks like an X. Y, don't wear it out. That is going to be called, what are we calling it? You know, we got Ethereum vibes, okay? So we got crystals, right? We got snow. We got some Alps. You could say it's, you know, ethereal snowflakes. That's called creativity, people. That's called being an artistic genius. Anyways, I think that's gonna do it for us today. You know, just a quick little sketch here. And yeah, if you've got any suggestions for art that you'd like to do, feel free to drop me a line at the Sonic Wombat on Twitter or at BLOCKTV News, and shoot, I'll feature it on the show, and we can compare charts, and that might be kind of fun. Anyways, till next time, I'm Zachy Hennessy. You're watching BLOCKTV, and happy painting and happy analyzing.